Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today?
We are here.
We'll start off. We're sorry we're a little late. We had a
How
little
are you,
glitch.
Matt?
We had a little glitch in the system.
Fantastic.
Me and Matt have the number double pens representing Robert Griffin and Eli Manning. They're going to take home and beat the Cowboys this weekend, the Washington football team. And that's going to be an interesting game because
Always fantastic.
Thanksgiving, and there's a very tight race in the NFC East. Jacob,
Most
how are
certainly.
you?
Doing great. I'm doing great today.
That's great to hear.
Having a great day. We're gonna get to a lot of things in this show. We're gonna touch a lot of subjects today, but we'll start off talking some. What should we do? Let's do some Houston Texans versus Detroit Lions. Who do we think's gonna win?
We're on predictions already. All right.
Well, we'll do one game. We'll and then we'll do the first game first, next game last.
He wants to wait on the other one on purpose.
Well, hold on.
I love to wait until the last.
We gotta go over. We gotta go
Are
over
we going to do that
predictions.
Saturday? Or are we going to do that today?
We'll be live. We will be live again Saturday night.
And Sunday at 12:30.
We will plan for that. Yes, indeed.
So then, Matt, we should just wait on who got who.
Oh, he could say now. It's not a big deal. He could say it again. He could say
You
it
wanna
two.
wait on it?
He could say it 2 times.
No,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
fine.
I feel like it's better
I'll
to say Saturday because we're
I'll wait on it then. I'll wait on it.
because today's only those 2 games. So.
All right, I'll wait on it then.
So, who do you think is going to win, the Houston Texans versus Detroit Lions, and why?
I really have to go with the Texans here. The Lions had a really bad showing against PJ Walker, former XFL QB, but still, he's still their second string QB. He just did not. PJ Walker
been on fire.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson looked very good against the Patriots, who are actually a very good defense. He looked very good against them.
He almost beat me in fantasy.
What did you say? Scott almost beat you in fantasy?
Deshaun Watson almost beat me in fantasy.
Oh, he really almost did beat you in fantasy. It was very, very close.
Terrible.
Very close.
It was very close. You were panicking. You were screaming.
Oh, Jacob was going crazy.
I was very happy with this football this weekend. I still think the Lions, but the Lions are known, I'm pretty sure, to win on Thanksgiving. But
I mean, I don't know what their history is, but still, they always play a Thanksgiving game. I know that, but I really don't see them winning, honestly.
I don't see them winning to the high offense, high power Lions.
Not at all.
My prediction would be Duke Johnson to have actually a good game. Mike Davis torched the Lions. I could see the same exact thing.
I don't have anything wrong with that. I think Will Fuller is also going to have a good game as well.
With Deshaun Watson, of
yeah,
course.
that too.
The Lions, maybe Marvin Jones. I don't really see.
Maybe. I mean, has he had a touchdown of 4 straight games right now, or did that streak end last week? That's last week because they didn't even score. So he went 3 straight with having a touchdown, which I think is pretty good. But I don't know if the Lions going to rebound this week. Let's put it that way.
I could see the Texans, even though they're 4-6, the Lions, the Texans are 3-7 because of hard matchups in the beginning of the year against the Ravens, Steelers.
Yeah, they just didn't pull out games early in the season. But then when they fired Bill O'Brien and they got their interim head coach in Romeo Crennel.
I want to fully blame Bill O'Brien because they're beginning schedule.
Listen, I'm just going to say this right now. Trading Deshaun Watson for David Johnson.
DeAndre Hopkins.
We're going to leave. DeAndre Hopkins trade. We're just going to leave it there. That's all we're going to say.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was
very.
Washington actually got more first round picks than for DeAndre Hopkins. That was something funny Jacob said. So this is what I think. I'm going to provide my stat like I always do. I always promise to provide the stats here. So let's look at my
sheet. You got the stats? I got some good stats from last week, I'm assuming.
Stat to know.
Here we go.
All my stats for Saturday too. Don't forget. I've researched all of these. I take hours on these. Houston quarterback Deshaun Watson.
They're very, very good.
Houston quarterback Deshaun Watson already has 5 games with at least 300 passing yards this season, tied for the most in a single season in his career, 2018. Only Matt Schwab has had more such games in a single season in Texans history.
Schwab, not Schwab.
Schwab. Okay, Schwab. Okay.
What's up, Jack? I'm doing great.
Had much more such games in a single season in Texans history, 9 in 2009 and 7 in 2010. So it's good. Duke Johnson is going to have a great week. Last week, he got 76.9% of the Houston's carries.
Of course. He's a running back.
But It just proves your point about supporting your point. Actually, Justin, so you should be thanking me.
Right.
Listen, Justin had a good point.
Thanking me.
No, but of course he's going to get the.
Hold on. Why are you thanking him? Justin made the point. Why is it?
And the question I have for everyone is: will this end Matt Patricia's head coaching career? Will this be his last straw? Will this ruin it? I don't know. That's a big what to watch for in this game. After 3 double-digit losses in the Lions' past 4 games.
I don't think so.
I think they'll probably end up.
Maybe at the end of the year if they don't.
Then no. I think Matt Patricia's done at the end of the year because he just really hasn't taken the Lions anywhere in 3 years of coaching. I think they'll give him to the end of the year, but that's it, and then they'll fire him.
We got some comments in the chat.
You'll stay in the. You could join it. You could join in the chat. Look what I'll do. I could join you like this.
Can I join? Just want to say.
I know animation's awesome, right? That new thing.
It's fantastic.
It's beautiful.
What was I going to say? But yeah, Duke Johnson's of course going to do good because he's playing one of the worst running defense. And like what we said last Sunday, Damon Harris had a decent game. Him and Brandon Cooks, decent floor of 12.
Okay game.
Robert Woods was our boom, Matthew.
Told you. Did fantastic.
We both went off. Thank credit to what we said about that. But I want to touch on about Alvin Kamara. Are you scared about Alvin Kamara of Taysom Hill? Because we had Nick Chubb, Alvin Kamara, and Derrick Henry. Pick 2. Alvin Kamara did the worst. So I want to hear your thoughts, Matt.
That is true. I will say Derrick Henry had most of his rushing yards in the fourth quarter and overtime last week. Ended up how much did he end up? I think he ended up with over 120 yards and a touchdown, which actually obviously was a very good week for him.
Chubb had 20 carries too. That's something to point out.
Yeah, that's true. But it was obviously more of I think it was a bad weather game up in Cleveland, so they were running the ball most of the time with their 2-headed tandem and a running back. So they both Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb both had good weeks.
Well, Matthew, this is a great segue because I want to talk about this. On Saturday, but I think the Jaguars have a chance, and I'll explain why Saturday.
Well, you're rooting for them, so.
No, I'll explain why Saturday.
Hold on. Well,
your pick is at stake with the Jaguars. So you need the Jaguars to win another game.
That's not true. Not true at all.
I mean, it's not. It's a fact, regardless of your point. Regardless of your point.
Why Saturday?
You need Jacksonville to win another game, Justin. It's a fact.
No.
Okay. So you're scared that the Jaguars are gonna.
No. I'll explain why they're gonna win.
I'll give you a little spoiler about what I'm gonna say Saturday, and I'm gonna say it right now. I'll say the same thing. If the Jets and Jaguars had the same record, some of you might not know this, the Jaguars get the first pick. And I think it's very possible that the Jets run into...
Wait, hold on. Jacob, do you care to explain the stat of why they get the number 1 overall pick?
It's a strength of schedule.
Strength of schedule. Jacob.
That's a fact. I read that somewhere.
I'm not talking about that. I'm going to argue with the Jets Saturday about the number 1 pick, how they're going to mysteriously win a game. I can't wait to argue.
You know what? I'm going to tell you my point.
Jersey Matt, yes, Gavin.
You're gonna like my point Saturday, and you're gonna.
Hold on. You want me to argue one point here? The game I think the Jaguars are gonna win is not the Browns game, but they're gonna win against the Colts. Week 17, they're gonna win against the Colts.
I'll explain why on Saturday about this Browns game, but that's a different story. Let's go to the next one, and we'll go from there.
And don't forget, later in the show, I'm going to give you my top 5 NFL teams through Week 11, my power rankings.
Starting trash.
Later in the show.
I have a quick question for you. Just looking through the Jets schedule, who do you think they're going to beat? Who do you realistically think they're going to beat? Their remaining schedule is. Hold on. In order, their remaining schedule is the Dolphins, the Raiders.
I want to talk about it. I want to save it for Saturday.
All right, you want to save it? All right, fair
enough. Godzilla 503. Do you realize?
The Redskins suck. Hey, listen.
I don't know who the Redskins are. I don't know who the Redskins are.
You realize that the Washington football team wins versus the Cowboys? They're the number 1 seed.
Yeah, but you realize if the Giants win on Sunday too, they're the 1 seed as well. So,
Matthew, spoiler alert! You're probably gonna win because you're playing no quarterback.
That's my point.
If Joe Burrow was playing,
you know what?
I'd have guaranteed it.
I'll get into this now. I don't really want them. I'm gonna get into it now.
What?
Who do you think is the worst team in the NFC East, and I'm not going to be. You can't be biased. I can't be biased, and I promise I will not be biased.
Okay. I have to agree with Zilla here. The Cowboys, they suck.
And is there a reason why?
Oh yes, there is a reason why. You want to know why? Because the Cowboys have had very inconsistent stretches throughout this whole season. Without Dak, they look terrible. Terrible. They had one good week against the Vikings. One good week.
Matthew, you're 100% wrong on
You're
this.
so wrong, Matt.
It's the Eagles.
Thank you.
It's the Eagles.
Thank
Let's
you.
be real. Let's be real here.
Can I interrupt here?
But spoiler, I'm sorry. It's not the Eagles. Because the Eagles did beat the Cowboys. I want to point that out. Even though they lost to the Giants and they had a good close game versus Steelers, the Ravens game was also close. They've been in all close games when they lost. But the Cowboys have got smoked every single game. Ben DiNucci, I thought he was a great quarterback.
You're wrong. You
know what, Jacob, before you
let me talk, Jacob. Wait, let me talk. If the Washington football team won one of the games versus the Giants, that'd have been a number 1 seed. I'm not discrediting the Giants.
No, you're very right on that.
I think they're the second best team in the division, but the Washington football team, I'm sorry. I might have to call it. They've been looking good.
Listen, I just need to cut you off for 1 second. I just need to respond to Nick real quick. Cowboys fans were calling Ben DiNucci what? The GOAT. I don't want to hear it.
This is why the Eagles are the worst team in the
Jacob
NFC.
is 100% biased.
I don't disagree with the Eagles being the worst
Here's
team,
why.
but Cowboys are.
I let you talk. So
all
now
right, go ahead, Jacob. Go ahead.
So, first, I'm gonna
Do you
talk
have
about Dallas.
some stats? You have some stats here? Carson Wentz stats?
A little, but
Okay.
I could tell you. You know what I do?
Of course you do.
Okay, let me talk about Carson Wentz.
Okay, you have 30 seconds. Now my stat.
Who's his receivers, Matthew?
It's no one. And hold on. The more important thing is where's his offensive line? Nowhere.
Right.
That's why
listen to this here.
That's why he sucks.
I have 2 stats for you. 40 plus sacks, 10 plus interceptions, and 10 plus fumbles through the first 10 games of a season. Carson Wentz is the second quarterback ever to happen to. Second.
Yeah, Jacob.
Last week,
his offensive line.
Last week, Carson Wentz had 2 interceptions, 4 sacks, a pick 6, and a safety. Since 2015, the only other quarterbacks that have been like that are Jay Cutler, Kevin Hogan, and Baker Mayfield. Okay.
Before we get this question, hello,
DOIM. We're gonna call him DOIM.
What was I gonna say? But Jacob, here's the thing with this about the Cowboys. They have everything compared to the Eagles. They're struggling. They have injuries and all that. The Cowboys haven't. They have the top receivers.
Such a hater. Okay.
How am I hating?
I'm trying not to be biased here too. I'm trying my best. This is why.
Jacob.
So you see, about 3 weeks ago whenever 3 games ago when they played the Eagles, you could tell that opening drive, Mike McCarthy coached the team well. That he did. You could tell, even though they lost by 2 touchdowns, it was a close 2 touchdowns. It was a close game, and the Cowboys looked well. You could tell they were well prepared. Bring it to the next week. They had the bye, so next week they play the Steelers. They almost beat them.
Jacob.
Nope. They just beat the Vikings, who knocked out the whole NFC North. I think you have to give Dallas the credit, and thank you to Nick. That Dallas also has a bunch of. They're more healthy now. They had a bunch of injuries.
That's my point. The key word there, Jacob, is had. They don't have. They had.
And since they've been back, they've been much better. And I'm going to tell you this. I think the Giants could be the best team in the NFC East if, and this is the biggest if,
let me hear.
Daniel Jones can't turn over the – if Daniel Jones doesn't turn over the ball. But
that's not a hot take. That's not a hot take. I agree with that.
But Daniel Jones has a big issue with that.
Wait,
so
I'm not saying he doesn't have an issue. It's Giants fans know this. If Daniel Jones can protect the ball, we'll be fine. But if he can't, then we're screwed.
So I do think Dallas will win the NFC East.
That's completely wrong.
Wait. Let me first. What was the Washington football team's projection in the beginning of the year?
I'll tell you right now.
I think the Giants and the football team are supposed to be the bottom.
I'm asking about the football team. I'm
going to tell you.
2 wins, not making the playoffs?
Probably 4 wins, not make the playoffs, and Giants were projected the same thing.
Give me a minute here.
And what about the Eagles? What were they projected?
I think
here. I got
8 or 9.
They predicted. This is what they predicted. This is on the sport website. They predicted Philly to be 11-5,
Okay.
Dallas to be 10-6, the Giants to be 6-10, and the Washington football team to be 3-13.
First of all, I wasn't that expected on the Eagles, and I don't think the Eagles fans were that expected at being 11-5.
Yeah, I was going to say 11-5. That's a little bit
the Cowboys, like someone on the left of me, is saying, "Oh, they're going to make the Super Bowl. Oh, they're going to do this, and they're 3-7."
Well,
that's why they're worse.
Dak Prescott's also not playing, so
here he goes.
What do you mean here, Ike? That's a fact.
It is a fact, but still, you have to be able to overcome injuries, Jacob. You can't use them as an excuse.
And since Andy Dalton played well,
okay,
he beat the Vikings, who've beaten many good teams.
Who did the Vikings beat?
Congratulations! Who they beat? Who they beat? The Chicago Bears.
I'll tell you they beat. Actually, I'm gonna go.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you they beat.
Tell me.
I'm gonna tell you. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
They beat.
That's the other thing.
Well, I'm trying to be.
First
of all, they beat
the Texans. They beat the Packers. They beat the Lions.
They lost to the Seahawks by 1 point.
So what?
They beat the Packers.
Okay.
They beat the Bears.
That the Packers are their only good win this season. Besides that, that's it. That's it.
Still, Dallas will win tomorrow.
But still.
Sorry, but no, we'll talk about it later in the show.
Wait, no, Jacob. Okay. Kirk Cousins is ranked. It's not a good quarterback.
He's all right. He's not terrible.
He's not a great quarterback.
I know he's not great. He's just not terrible either. He's like middle tier.
And they lost the other guy too. They lost the other people as well. I'm just telling you, they lost the defensive guy who was on the Vikings that went to Baltimore.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll move on to that, and we'll talk about we'll give our predictions later in the show. Are the Rams NFC favorites after defeating the Bucs?
No, they're not. Listen, they beat that. Listen, I give them a lot of credit. Me and Justin both had. Jacob. Me and you both had them beating the Bucs, which we should get major credit for on that. But I don't think they're NFC favorites. Only because I still think they have more to prove.
I'm going to play a little devil's advocate here before I give my answer. They beat Seattle too.
He's turning into Peter. Okay, here we go.
I'm just asking you a question.
No, I understand. I understand they beat them, but still, it's just it's two teams out of the 7 that they've beaten have actually been decent teams. Okay,
correct. I agree with that.
And then who I'm going to look at the other teams they've beaten.
And you're forgetting about the Niners.
They beat Dallas week 1.
Hold on.
And you're forgetting about the Niners. The Niners are a good team.
Oh my lord, no, they're not.
Jacob, I need to tell you something. 4 of their 7 wins have been inside the NFC East. That's a stat I want you to just remember. 4 of their 7, and the other one was the Bears, who the Bears suck. So yeah. So I don't really know how you make that claim yet.
Rams are a great team, but I don't know how much I trust in Jared Goff, my friend. And the running back.
Jacob, in these next few
weeks. They had a great close game versus the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers' pass defense isn't that good.
It really isn't. That's why they were throwing the ball the whole game. They weren't running it.
And I'll move on to this.
The Niners don't suck. I don't think the Niners suck.
I'm going to agree. They're not.
I mean, they're injured. They're not.
They're injured. Well, that's that. You said injuries are a part of the game. It's what Dallas.
The Niners are overcoming injuries. The Cowboys can't.
What are the Niners right now? They're coming off their bye week. What are they like?
6-3?
No, they're 4-6.
They're 4-6.
Yeah, it's a little off, Justin.
That's still better than the Cowboys.
They're making the playoffs.
I mean, you still got a lot of football left to play, Jacob. I don't know.
And you have Garoppolo coming back.
You have Arizona, Seattle, the Rams.
Their upcoming schedule is this. And they play 2 teams inside the NFC East.
They play Dallas.
They play the Rams. They play the Bills. They play the Cardinals. And play Seahawks. If you win out, you could get it in. It's not impossible.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Speaking of Tom Brady, Bruce Arians thinks that Tom Brady has issues with his accuracy on the deep ball.
I agree.
Here's what he said. We have Tom calling a lot of his own plays or picking his own on the sidelines from the game plan. Aaron said Tuesday. I don't think it's a confidence problem whatsoever. It's not a lack of trust. It's a lack of continuity within the offense of the whole picture. Brady, with a deep ball in weeks 1 to 7, Brady completed 43% of his passes of 20 or more yards, 16 of 37. But in weeks 8 to 11, Brady has just completed 5.3% of those passes, 1 for 19. Against the Rams, he went 0 for 6. Bruce Arians said, "We've got those guys open," and they just missed him. Other than the deep ball, I think he's getting confused a few times with the coverage that might be causing some inaccurate balls, but I don't see it in all practice. We're not missing the deep ball in practice, that's for sure. So it's just a matter of on Sundays hitting them. So here's the issue here. Bruce Arians likes to throw the ball deep, and Brady likes to short. So, and at his point in his career, you can not blame him, honestly.
Of course.
But I want to pose this question to you. Well, I want to hear your reaction first to the comments from Bruce Arians.
Oh, I think it's kind of more been a culmination of Brady hasn't really been throwing the deep ball the past few years.
Okay, you keep going with that.
Yeah, no, you're good. But Brady really hasn't been throwing the deep ball the past few years. And that Patriots offense, it wasn't really tailored to the deep ball. It was more of just kind of a run and play action type of offense that they've been running for the past few seasons, especially when they went on a Super Bowl run. So now that Brady is now presented with this kind of offense, he's obviously having difficulty, which is fair enough.
And it's his first year with this coaching staff and all this. It needs to get adjusted a couple of weeks. Like, come playoff time, it's going to be sad. It's going to be sad if teams, I'm telling you, they beat the Packers.
I agree with the first thing you said, but I disagree. I disagree with the first thing you said, and I agree with the second thing you said. It's like week 12. He should have to play. I don't think the new coaching here is an issue. I think week 1 we could talk about that. Week 1 to 5 with no preseason and stuff and limited practice. We could talk about that, but now we can. It's not.
When has Brady ever had 2 bad games in a row?
Well, they're playing the Chiefs this week, so I don't know.
This year?
Oh, they are?
This week they're playing the Chiefs.
Okay.
This is a
huge game.
Of course.
Any team that plays the Chiefs is going to be.
But I don't think Brady's going to. I think Brady. We'll talk about that later.
Brady's not
Saturday
going to
night. I think Brady will have a great game.
Right.
But I don't think they'll win.
Why don't you think they'll win?
We'll wait till then.
We'll wait until then. So then, pivoting into this,
I think Brady will win.
Well, you also like him, so.
Well, okay, so you like the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm just adding that. It's not a negative. You like.
I don't think that my point is biased. Your point is more biased than mine.
It is. That's very true.
So, how do you think?
I'm getting my TB12 jersey on Christmas, so I'm going to be rocking it then.
Fantastic.
And AB.
Man, AB.
I'll be switching off. But
the Bucks will end up like 11-5. That's what the record's going to be, and I think.
And they'll beat the NFC East.
Is that? Yeah.
So you're admitting the Cowboys are not going to get. Thanks.
I haven't been anything. I'm just saying.
Matt, did he just not say that?
He did.
We'll play him. We'll see what happens.
It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
No, you don't. I say that, not you.
We're gonna lock it in. You want to lock it in?
No.
Lock it in.
Guaranteed. If the Buccaneers are the 5th seed and they're gonna play an NFC East team, I don't care who it is, they're winning.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Okay, whatever you say.
Even though I will bring up the point that when the Giants played the Bucks, they almost won.
Yeah,
to bring up that point.
Matthew, you're forgetting they didn't have someone.
What?
They didn't have someone. Right?
Yeah, they didn't have AB. Oh my God, boo-hoo.
But so what do you think the Bucks record would be if they had Jameis?
Right now?
Let's put it this way. They don't have Brady and Gronk, and they have Jameis because Brady and Gronk.
Right now?
Yeah. Give me 4 and 7.
Really? Yeah, I'm between 3 to 4 wins.
You think?
What?
Ian, we'll hold him the stream.
Oh no!
Oh, that's.
Oh no!
Peter. Oh God. Peter, hold on. What are we talking about NBA later?
Are we talking about it?
At 8:50, Peter will be 8:55. Peter will be on.
Okay.
Okay. If you can get the burr, Pete, we're gonna have a debate.
Okay. Sounds good.
8:55. Okay. So we'll be having a basketball roundtable conversation at 8:55 p.m.
All right. Sounds good.
So you think they have much? You really think that? You think that they would have that much less wins?
Correct.
Yes.
Compare Brady to Houston.
I'm not going to try and cut Justin off, but when you have Mr. 30-30 man, he loves his picks.
Matt, I like how you don't cut me off. Me and you could have a civil conversation. Mr. K here, he goes on and cuts off.
I know. It's fantastic, but I'm going back to bed. No, Peter, wake up. Wake up. And
where were we?
You have to get your turkey costume on for tomorrow.
I don't think Brady is much better than Jameis. Jameis got benched for Taysom Hill. That proves my point.
He wasn't benched. He was just Taysom Hill started over him.
Listen, Sean Payton made the right move starting Taysom Hill. I do not trust Mr.
Well, they've said he's their quarterback of the future, so Taysom Hill. So
that's why
it's justified. It was never Jameis, so it didn't really matter.
He started when Breeze got hurt, actually.
Yeah, because that was their. Jameis was the backup quarterback, but once he was out,
Jameis was the backup quarterback.
He still is the backup.
He still is.
Either way.
No, I'm saying even before that, they were hesitating to start him, but he was scheduled to be the starting, and then he got overtaken. By Taysom Hill.
Nobody ever scheduled him for anything.
I saw reports out of the locker room that some players actually wanted Jameis starting and kind of felt disrespect that he wasn't. But
I agree with that move.
I feel like I do agree with the move. Taysom Hill was the easy start, and you start him.
But I feel if you're like Jameis and all that.
Listen, Jameis is just Mr. 30-30 man. He loves his turnovers. And as a head coach, I don't feel confident with that. There's a reason Bruce Arians and the Bucs didn't want to bring him back. And there's a reason
Brady would have had to keep him.
There's a reason that when I got Tom Brady. Look where they are now, 7-4.
Yep.
Great spot. I don't know if they're going to win the division, but they'll certainly make.
But they're 100% winning.
No, they're going to make the playoffs.
And they're going to beat the NFC East.
I do agree with that. Yes. I don't care what the hell Jacob says about the Cowboys because they're not winning.
That's when I know Matt is not a biased Giants fan. He can admit the truth. Jacob, on the other hand.
I heard the clown music in the background for Jacob.
I hear it
First
too.
of all, I want to discuss the fact that. Give me a second here.
What do you want to discuss here? Please explain.
Give me 1 second. I just need to find it.
Exact thing. Another stat? Okay.
That rip to Marcus Paul, the Dallas Cowboys strength and conditioning coach, passed away.
That's very sad.
It's very sad.
How old was he?
54.
Very, very sad.
And people made fun of Dallas for canceling their practice yesterday without knowing that. People were like, "Oh, you shouldn't have canceled the practice," like something like. Even though people don't know what actually went on, because we don't. I don't know either.
Yeah.
We don't know the cause or anything. He could have had a heart attack or whatever, but
wait and see.
Yeah, we'll wait and see.
Jacob, what are we going to for our next one?
So, I guess should I give my power rankings here?
All right, let's get the power rankings.
Give me 1 second. I just want to do this.
Type in the chat. We can answer your questions as well.
Yeah, anything in the chat. We'll be live at 9 p.m. this Saturday, right?
Yeah, 9 p.m. sounds good.
And then 12:30 around there, we'll start a fantasy predictions. And we'll answer your questions, and we'll go from there, I guess. I'm very excited for that.
It's going to be fantastic.
I'm going to talk about Jacob's fantasy team.
Oh, boy. He got very, very lucky.
No, he won. He only won because the Cowboys won. So.
No.
But, Jacob, what's your standing predictions? What's your power rankings?
I thought you already had him ready. You need to look it up.
I did. I was just typing.
He's a little out of touch today.
No, you'll see what I just did for everyone. Look what I just did. That's what I was just doing.
Okay. Hi, Liam. How are you?
Oh, boy. Hello, Liamster.
Hello, Liamster. How are you?
You got my little graphic away. I'll leave the graphic on for a little while. So here's my power rankings here. Should I start off from 5 or should I start off?
Wait.
Shout out to Liamster. Very big shout out. Very big shout out.
All right, let's go. Let's go, Jacob.
Should I start off from 5 or should I start at 1?
5. 5 to
5. Why would you start from 1?
Okay, so here's my little. These are power rankings, so these aren't standing predictions. These are right now the top 5 teams in the NFL.
We know what power rankings
in my
are,
opinion.
Jacob. We got it.
I might not agree with the order here. Number 5. Should I announce it or should we talk about them or should I announce them all first or should we talk about them?
One at a time. Yeah.
Number 5, the Tampa Bay Bucks.
I agree.
All right, no problems there with me.
Number 4, the Saints.
Okay, fair enough.
With Breeze or without Breeze?
Right now.
Right. Oh, with Taysom Hill?
These are like week 12. Like these are week after week 11. Like
I don't know about with Taysom Hill.
Power rankings. They look pretty dangerous. Number 3. You might not like this one.
Hill?
Might not like this one.
Don't say the Dallas Cowboys. Please don't say the Dallas Cowboys.
The Rams.
Nah.
No, because you guys aren't realizing it's not the best teams. It's right now the hottest teams in the NFL.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think that might be a little bit too high.
I don't think
Number 2, we'll debate about it after. Number 2, I got the Steelers, and number 1, I got the Chiefs.
All right, I like 1 and 2.
Yeah,
I like 1 and 2.
So you're arguing with me about 3, basically.
Only thing is 3.
And I don't trust the Saints.
Don't know about 3.
And the Saints. And where's Seattle? Where's Seattle? Where's the Cardinals?
They've fallen out.
I agree. I agree with Jacob there. I agree with Jacob.
Seattle and I don't know.
Seattle and Cardinals are outside of the top 5.
I don't know, my friend. Baltimore is nowhere to be there. Buffalo is.
Oh no, Baltimore has fallen. They've fallen the most out of all teams in the.
I think Seattle. What about the Green Bay Packers? That's another thing.
Yeah, they're not exciting.
I mean, they're probably at 6 for me.
Yeah, they're close.
Listen, if they won against the Colts, they'd be in the top 5.
I don't agree with the Rams, and if we're talking about with Taysom Hill, I would say Seattle goes where the Rams go, in my opinion. And with Taysom Hill, I don't even know how.
So you're going to say Seattle's before the Rams, and the Rams just beat Seattle? How are we ranking? How?
I'm going off of my prediction, not off of just who beat who. I'm going off of all time of how they played their games.
Okay, so Jacob, I'm going to pose this to you. Right now, I'm looking at the ESPN power rankings for this week. I'm going to give you their top 5. See what you think. All right? At number 5, they have the Buffalo Bills. Number 4, Green Bay Packers. Number 3, Saints. Number 2, Chiefs. And at number 1, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I don't agree with the Saints being that high.
The only reason why I have the Steelers number 2 is that the Steelers almost lost to Dallas 2 weeks ago, and also that's not it could be anything. It could have been the Giants. I would have still said
it's because they like close games.
No, it's not that. It's that they like playing down to their competition.
Is that
Rambers power rankings?
And the Chiefs, I don't think anyone can beat them with Mahomes. Like, I just don't think you could beat him. Like that's why they're number 1 for me.
The Raiders beat him.
Yes, well the Raiders are also built to beat Mahomes too, because they're in the same division.
How are they built?
That doesn't mean any sense.
The Raiders are in the same division as the Chiefs, so they know the next many years.
Expand to a top 10.
Jacob,
top 10.
Question. So the Cowboys should be built to beat the Eagles, and they don't.
You're not. I'm talking about the Raiders and the Chiefs right now.
Hold on, real quick here. We have a statement in the chat. George says that Camper's catastrophic power rankings needs to be expanded to a top 10. Top 10, Jacob. Let's hear it. Top 10.
These took me hours to plan.
No, it didn't. You looked on some random website.
No, I didn't. That's not true.
Yes, you did.
Come on, man.
You want me to tell you my power rankings? Number 1, give me my Super Mahomes. Number 2, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mm-hmm. Number 3, give me Seattle. 4, give me the Buccaneers. 5, give me the Packers.
What? Like, how is Seattle?
I think Seattle is.
You're way too high on that. You're way too high on that. Way too high.
I think that's a little bit too much.
My friend, you should be a little scared. Seattle has Bobby Wagner, Jamal Adams.
Okay,
but can I talk?
Go ahead.
You just said I'm talking about him interrupting me.
Fine, you talk.
Russell Wilson is a top 3 quarterback in the NFL right now. He has great receivers. Not arguing that. The Rams got lucky versus them. They're not a playoff team, the Rams. You saw Seattle every year. They're in the playoffs. They're a playoff team. After they lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, the Rams have been declining. They also played easier teams. So It's another.
God,
well,
oh my God.
the Super Bowl hangover for the Rams is certainly very real, but that statement about the Rams not being a playoff team, I mean, we haven't really
every season.
They beat the Bucks. They beat the Seahawks. How are we not? They're a top 5 team.
No. They are. They're not a top 5 team. They are a top 10 team. They're not a top 5. I have them at 6.
I'll give 6, 7.
6.
The Seahawks are not ahead of them, though.
The Seahawks are not ahead of them. I agree.
They are not ahead of them.
They're ahead of them, 100%.
They're not ahead of them.
How?
I just explained myself.
But your point doesn't make.
Rams are 6, Seattle 7.
With Taysom Hill, they're not top 5. Without Taysom Hill and Drew Brees being there, they're top 5. I'll say that.
Taysom Hill was good for them. I don't really know why.
Well, no. He was
Taysom Hill
against the Falcons.
But we can't forget here. We're talking about you're thinking about the future. I'm thinking about the past. We're talking about power rankings from week 11.
Right now with Taysom Hill. No go.
Well, you're looking ahead towards the next coming weeks. I'm looking what already happened.
So Saints in your top 5.
Have there been reports saying when Drew Brees is going to come back?
2 more weeks. 2 more weeks.
Minimum, I think. Minimum.
George is asking where the Saints are.
I said with Taysom Hill, they're not top 5.
No, but George is asking where they are with Taysom Hill. Where are they?
With Taysom Hill? I'll give them 6. 6, 7.
Jacob,
so then who's
with Drew Brees? They're a top 5 team. Without him, they're in the top 10.
Yeah.
I think the Saints are a top 5 team.
With Taysom Hill.
With Drew Brees, they're a top 5 team, not Taysom Hill. He's shown enough to give me for them to merit that rank.
Jacob said Jameis Winston is so good. They would be better with Brady without Brady.
I never said that. I just asked what would their record be.
Come on, man.
Jacob,
I said what would their record be if they had him. And
Mr. Football, how are you?
How about we got both of them on here because for the NBA roundtable conversation.
Oh yeah, we need both of them on here.
Right, also,
Peter, you're awake. Welcome back, Peter. You're awake.
Text Bird, George, and
yeah.
I'll text them.
Bird said he's too tired in there, wherever.
But I just don't understand. If I had a full in-depth analysis and looking at it, I could have gave you top 10. I'll probably have that by Saturday, though. Of my top 10 for the playoffs. Not
all right. Sounds good.
I'm going to have some. We should just all do that top 10 and we can go over a list.
All right.
And who will get the number 1 pick as well?
It's not going to be the Jaguars.
Well,
also, Jacob, I want to bring up the debate here. This is actually a good segue into what I want to talk about. Jacob, if you are the Jaguars, are you drafting Trevor Lawrence? Yes or no?
Hell yeah.
Also, why will Trevor Lawrence go to the Jaguars and why won't he go to the Jets? Explain. Please explain.
There's something called a wide receiver that the Jaguars have in DJ Chark, who's better than any Jets receiver.
But the Jets have more depth at receiver. Denzel Mims, Rashard Perriman, Jameson Crowder.
Jacob, here's where your point is so flawed, and I don't know why you don't see this. The reason you have the number 1 overall pick is because your team sucks. That's why you have that pick. It's not because you're a good team and you're drafting in the low 20s.
Oh, shit, my timer's running. I have to go right now in like a minute. Well, we'll finish your point. Yes, I have to go for like 5 minutes.
Is it time for a late night snack yet? Peter,
no.
It's time for you to eat the whole pantry. Go ahead. Go crazy. Go crazy.
So we'll finish the point Saturday, I think, is a better time to talk about it. Because we said we would talk about it Saturday. We said we would early on the show. We did.
I'm gonna completely just go in on you, Jacob, because I think your point is very out of touch.
I'll see everyone Saturday. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
All right, Matt, you want to go over a fantasy roster?
I want to save that for Sunday. I want to save the fantasy roster for Sunday.
For our league, not for.
All right, we'll go over them real quick.
Because I don't know what else. If someone has a question in the chat, we'll answer. But for like the next 5 minutes, we're gonna look at that.
Yeah. All right,
and if you have anything in the chat to share with us, then
any questions in the chat, we'll be sure to.
Be my guest.
Let me just find the right teams here.
There we go. I got it right up here, Matthew. Let me show you this. I have so many links open. My bad.
Plain chicken with pasta. No, that's what you have for dinner. Peter, you know what you had for dinner? You had the pantry. You had the pantry for dinner. Yeah. All right. I have my team up if you want to.
No, we're only doing our team.
No, I know.
We're not doing that. We're waiting that till Sunday.
No, I know. I have my team up right now.
What team? You're talking about your fantasy team?
Yeah. You're talking about the combined league. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. All right. Go ahead.
I want to go over it now.
All right.
We're currently the 4th seed, Matthew. We're still 4th seed.
You want to share your screen real quick?
We need a win.
We're 4th seed, right? So what is our record right now?
We're currently 6-5. I'll show you.
Okay. All right. How many extra chromosomes does Mr. K have? He's about 20 of them.
He doesn't make any sense
because he legitimately thinks that a team with the number 1 overall pick does not take the best talent on the board. I don't understand. If you have the number 1 overall pick, you take Trevor Lawrence. I don't care what team you are, what situation you're in. I don't care. Don't give a damn.
The 5th seed is 6-5, same as us, and 6th seed is 5-6. So we need to win this week.
Are we going over tiebreakers in this league, or how does it work?
Tiebreakers, we win it because this guy's 6-5 and we're 6-5. But here's the only issue, Matthew. We're playing a 7-4 team this week.
Well, we do have Eckler coming back this week, right?
We traded him.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we have Gurley, who has.
I don't know if we should have done that now, looking back at it.
I mean,
because I don't even think we're
no. The thing is, but Bilal is there, and I think Bilal actually look decent. So I don't know how many touches Eckler's gonna actually end up getting. So I don't hate them.
I'm benching Juju. Oh, Todd Gurley is questionable. What the?
Yeah, Todd Gurley is questionable for this week. I'll tell you his report. Let's see. Didn't practice. Wasn't doing a knee injury. Like Gurley has chronic issue.
You think he's gonna play?
I think he'll play. He's played pretty much every game this season. I don't see why he wouldn't
practice. Okay, Chark didn't practice either, but he should probably play. What about Shepard, Mr. Shepard?
I think I'll be fine for this week. What's he projected for this week?
12. He's limited. Okay.
I think if he's limited, I think.
All right, we're starting Mahomes over Lamar, no question.
Of course.
We're starting Derrick Henry and James Robinson. Those are our backs.
Of course.
Unless you want to start Todd Gurley, who's playing Las Vegas. Great matchup, though.
It is a good matchup, but
I don't really.
Who's Robinson playing this week, though?
Cleveland. No Myles Garrett or Denzel Ward.
We're gonna start Robinson this week. We're gonna get
Cooper Kupp. He had a phenomenal week. I don't know how we bench him, unless we could go cute with Jacoby, AB, or Chark. I'm not starting.
We're definitely starting. Starting Kupp. Fuller will start this week because I like his matchup against the Lions.
And then a flex, I'm debating.
Well, we have Chark, we have AB,
and we have Crowder, and we could start Gurley.
I don't like starting Gurley at the flex only because he doesn't catch passes.
Do we trust Crowder or AB would be a? I think maybe AB.
If you want to give AB the start, go.
Because I don't trust Juju versus Baltimore.
No, not at all.
And AB has a chance. They're going to be in a very good game. He had 13 targets last week. And he caught them. Yes.
Very well.
I think Brady caught his trust. And Crowder last week, I don't know what happened with him. And he's playing Miami this week. If Darnold plays, maybe we start him. But
yeah, I think we'll be fine for this week, though.
But we need to vote for some Will Fuller tomorrow. I wish we could have voted for Mark Andrews, but what am I going to tell you? You have to vote for him Sunday. Because of that.
Yeah. So. Also, I do want to mention that Eckler isn't a lock to come back this week.
Oh, he isn't?
Yeah, no, he's not. He's actually
that's 50-50. So that might have been smart we traded, but
yeah,
I'm looking for
we'll see that.
It's smart for right now because we need to win.
Oh yeah, totally. It's smart for right now.
So it makes it a little questionable.
Yeah, I think for right now the move is good. All right, but
I'm going to understand.
Why are we going to get Peter in here? Let me give him a call.
I don't think Peter's coming.
Great.
Oh, here's the matchup. Let me pull it up. Share screen. What do you think, Matthew, with our prediction matchup?
I think we're fine for this week.
Look, this guy's Dalvin Cook and Kareem Hunt and Devontae Adams and Deontay. That's a little scary, Matthew.
It is kind of scary. I mean, hopefully Devontae Adams doesn't have a good week, and Alvin has an okay week, and that's.
I think Derrick Henry and possibly Will Fuller could outscore him.
I mean, it's all matchup.
Maybe I think AB could destroy Robbie Anderson.
I could see that.
I'm back.
You didn't get it, did you?
It was out in 10 seconds.
Told you. Should I tank?
Basically, this is what we did. We literally had a refresh.
Knock him out.
Knock him out of the playoffs.
I don't want to hear him talking.
No, George is tanking this week. He already spoke to me about it. We spoke about it. We're tanking. He's tanking. Or I'm going to beat him anyway.
You're not going to beat him anyways.
If he actually put in a team, you would lose.
Everyone goes against me. I told you this 2 weeks ago. I said I'm winning out.
Jacob, I told you.
Justin, I heard you're scared to play me in the playoffs. You were scared to play me, and you don't even want to talk about it.
No, Jacob, it's one reason why I don't want to have a conversation with you about it. Because you keep going on and brag and you jump.
You don't want to talk about it because you know that day is going to come for you, and you know that day is going to be the worst day of your life.
Jacob, I told you this. I told you this 2 weeks ago. If I win 2 out of my 3 games, you don't have a chance at the playoffs. I have 1 versus Neil last week. Vaughn has already confirmed tanking for me this week. I have no worries. You need a lot of things for you to go right, for you to even have a chance at the playoffs. So I don't want to hear it.
And you are going against Alvin Kamara week for 13.
Okay. And you're going against my team. That's much better than yours. Much better than yours.
Okay. We'll see. I disagree with you on that, but we'll get into that Sunday for 12:30 fantasy football show.
Of course.
So let's talk about a little NBA here. Would you? Mavericks or Clippers?
Jacob, would you mind just calling the P-Tard real quick? Maybe we can get him in here. Give him a quick call.
Sir, yes, sir.
I'd like to get a Mr. O team in.
Oh, one second.
Why can't we just
give me a minute here, please?
I'd like to at least give it an attempt. I'll give it a call.
It's fucking crazy. Wow.
So, what were you saying about the Mavericks Clippers? We know actually the Lakers got Montrezl Harrell. The Clippers got Serge Ibaka, which I like Serge Ibaka. He can spread the floor. I personally rather have Serge Ibaka than Montrezl Harrell because of the shooting. Just like what the big Knick fan said, he'd rather have Mitchell Robinson right now over DeMarcus Cousins, which I keep telling him who could shoot the ball. That's what I like. Hassan Whiteside signed with the Kings. As a Portland fan, we got Enes Kanter to fill his spot. Not as good as him, but what am I going to tell you? We did our thing with that.
That's very true.
On the other hand, the Knicks, they were expecting to get so many people. They got Austin Rivers as their point guard. That's all right. He's an all right point guard, but 10 for free, not that bad, which I could start with. And then the other thing is the Boston Celtics got Tristan Thompson, who's a good center. And now they officially have a center. They can actually
get on the show. I know, it's early. Derrick, get on. It's me, Justin, and Matt. You're pathetic.
Let's get a question.
I'm done with him.
Okay.
Mavericks or Clippers?
Did you send him the link?
Who's a better team?
Yeah.
Clippers.
Which team is the biggest threat to the Lakers in the West?
Still the Clippers.
Yeah.
When you have Kawhi and PG, I understand PG is just complete garbage, but
I could talk about your team. They actually have a center now. Yes, but the Clippers, when you have one of the best players in the world, Kawhi Leonard,
you're always gonna have a chance.
Scary, my friend. Dias is much better than Tristan. Come on, man.
No, he's not wrong. He's right.
No,
right on that.
No. They lost in the playoffs because they didn't have a center.
How's Melo treating you, Justin? How's he doing?
Fine.
Old Grandpa Melo.
Old Grandpa.
I could see possibly Portland being the 2nd or 4th seed.
Oh my God! Stop with that! Come on, stop!
Oh my God! Shut up with that, Justin. Shut up with that propaganda.
You think Robert Covington does so much?
Wait! I had something to point out. Remember that I showed Matt and Jacob this already when you were all saying, "Oh
God, they wouldn't go 6-2 in the bubble." Oh my God, how unfortunate!
You let me talk.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Interrupting. We had one person saying 1-7, another person saying 2-6, another person saying they're not even going to make it to the play-in and not even have a play-in tournament. And the other person saying no chance. And I was right once again, pointing it out. And maybe we put on the second take a video of that happening. It was very delightful.
Would you like to put up the video? Go ahead.
No, we're going to post it on the YouTube channel.
Oh, you're going to post it on the YouTube channel. Very nice.
Very good. And one of those people that was hating was Matthew. But Jacob was on my side with the Portland Trail Blazers, which was very shocking.
You want to know why Jacob was on your side? Because you know who's on the team? Hassan Whiteside.
Well, his favorite player. Are you kidding?
No. His favorite Heat player, not his favorite Blazers player. They're a Heat player.
Maybe do we say the Heat were so successful because they did not have Hassan Whiteside? Or is it more Jimmy Butler?
Nah, I think it's the development of Bam and Jimmy because you can't do one without the other. Also,
Bam got a big contract, $32 million a year.
That is true, and they also.
Do you agree with that? I don't know.
I mean, I do. After one season, he was a consideration for defensive play of the year, but I do agree with the move to extend.
I wouldn't agree with $30 million, mister.
It was the thing is you want to lock up your good players.
You get Giannis? Like, that's a little scary, mister.
Yeah, but the thing is the Heat have enough salary cleared for next offseason that they're going to be able to have enough.
I don't think they could offer Giannis the big money.
No, they're going to offer him the max. They're going to offer him the max.
You don't think they have enough money after sending them?
I think they do because the Heat know to save enough money for Giannis. They know. Also, next offseason is a big offseason for free agency. Huge.
Why? Who's up?
It's a lot of players that are up. Kawhi is a player option. PG is a player option.
Wow.
Giannis is out. His contract's up. Big offseason.
Jacob, what do you have to say? Is there another topic we're getting to?
Nothing that I have written down. If you want to get to it before we get to Dallas, but if there's anything you want to say, you're more than welcome to say.
Yes, I would like to say this. Matthew,
who
will be the 9th and 10th seed in both of the conferences because there's going to be a play-in tournament this year. You know what's my picks? In the East, the Hawks and the Hornets.
I don't know about that. I think the Hawks get into the playoffs naturally. I can't agree with that. I really can't agree with that. I'm just going to go off the standings from last season. All right. So, right now, looking at the standings, the Thunder drop because they're done.
We're talking about the Eastern Conference.
No, all right. You want to talk about Eastern Conference first?
Yeah, then we'll go to West.
Right now, the only team I see dropping is the Magic. They'll end up being a 10th seed. All right.
Who said the Wizards won't pop up?
And all right. So the Magic are going to get replaced by the Hawks. All right. And then I would say Charlotte and either a combination of the Wizards or the Magic are going to be the 10th seed. I think Charlotte added too much for them not to be the 9th seed, but I think the Hawks also added too much for them not to take over the Magic's playoff spot.
I just feel like the Hawks are overhyped, yo.
I somewhat agree with that, but when you have all the pieces that they added, there's no way they don't make the playoffs, especially in the East. You got to come.
You never know. Teams flop. I saw first game of the Knicks.
Major injuries could be a big factor, so we don't know.
Melo might flop too.
Why would Melo flop? Doesn't make any sense.
He's off the bench. Doesn't really matter at this point.
Something called the number called age, Justin, that we were talking about today. He's 36 years old. He might flop.
Yeah, but flopping if he comes off the bench is really mean.
How is that possible?
Still part of the team.
No, but the bench is not an important role compared to starting.
Yeah, but
exactly.
We want him to play. We want him to play well.
Of course.
Hold on. Who's we? Who's we? Why are you saying we? I don't care if Melo plays well.
Well, most people like to see success in a veteran like Melo, who was a free agent for a while, who found the team. You want to see him play well.
I couldn't give a damn if Melo plays well.
Here we go. I'm a Melo fan, so
Melo plays like crap. I couldn't give a damn.
You have a different stance than me here because I honestly couldn't really care less how he plays. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to watch, and it does better for the NBA overall when players like Melo are playing
of course, because old relics and playing well gets more ratings for the NBA. Because it's like, I was a Melo fan. Let me go watch him on the Blazers, just what Justin's doing. I don't disagree with that point.
Sitting back, enjoying Jacob's Knicks is suffering right now.
My Knicks?
No, hold on.
That's his favorite team.
Quote unquote Knicks. Quote unquote
My Knicks.
That's your favorite team.
Justin, you like the Knicks too?
That's my second. That is my first.
Yeah, well, you don't really have a favorite team, but you really just saw where Carmelo goes.
That's
So
why Carmelo Anthony's my team.
Carmelo can go to like the Charlotte Hornets and he'll be a Hornets fan.
Yeah,
you would be a Hornets fan. You know what he argued? He would guarantee that going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just like the Jets are going to go to the AFC Conference Finals.
I never said that.
What? No, hold on. What is the AFC Conference Finals? What is the AFC Conference Finals? Please tell me.
Wouldn't I ever say that about the Jets? Jacob's getting a little confused.
You said it yesterday.
Proof?
Okay, right here. I'll get it for you.
Right,
when did I ever say AFC Championship?
You just said it yesterday.
You just said the AFC Conference Final.
Oops,
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know.
Jacob's getting a little confused, but Matt, let's go to the Western Conference.
Okay.
I think the Suns are going to pop in for the Thunder. The Rockets.
Justin, what about the Warriors? Come on.
I'm not done yet.
All right.
I ain't done. Phoenix is 100% making the playoffs, mister.
So hard in the West. So hard.
I don't know about the Warriors. I could see. I could see this. I could see Utah falling out and being the 9th seed.
I don't know about that.
And then the Timberwolves being the 10th seed.
You know what I see this year? I think the Rockets. I don't know if it's going to be before the season starts.
Oh my god!
What? I don't see anything.
I can't see anything. I said, Jacob, when was the last time they made the championship? I think you would get if they got Trevor Lawrence.
That's what I just said.
No, you did not.
Hold on. Eventually, Justin, or next season? Eventually?
I said eventually. I didn't mean this upcoming season.
Okay.
Debatable.
What do you mean debatable? You said they will get
getting him to the AFC Championship. I don't think they just can build around him.
Jacob, hold on. I have one point that will completely expose you. They made it 2 straight years with Mark Sanchez. Mark freaking Sanchez. That's all I have to say.
Last time the Cowboys made the NFC Championship?
Never.
A couple years ago.
No. They haven't made it since they won the Super Bowl back in the 90s or whatever.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago.
Excuse me, sir. We're in 2020. That's not a couple of years ago.
Wait, and here's the other thing with the Jets. The Jets could somewhat build around Lawrence. They can't build around Dak Prescott. I didn't see them make it to the NFC Championship in a long time, mister.
Their best season was when they went 13-3 and went and lost to the Packers in the divisional round.
That was so upsetting.
No, that was.
I was so happy that day because Mason Crosby is clutch.
That was
51-yard field goal.
I was so sad.
Done.
Catch.
No, what do you mean it wasn't a catch? It was a catch.
They called it no catch.
No, you guys are messing this up. Dak's rookie year, they went 13-3.
That's what I'm talking about.
You were talking about that was a couple years before.
I'm not talking about Tony Romo. That's a different story.
That's a few years. Oh yes, and then what happened with the Cowboys when that 13-3 season? Please tell me.
They lost in the playoffs.
Divisional round. The Packers, baby.
Yeah. Well, the Packers always beat them in the playoffs. The Packers always come to haunt them in the playoffs.
So I tell you, the Cowboys are so good.
You know who's the best? The Packers. And you suck.
Well, you know who's the coach?
Mike McCarthy.
Yep, and who is him now? Big Mike.
No, Matt, you know what's so funny?
Big Beef Mike.
You know what's so funny? Jacob likes to misconstrue my words, and he's wrong. It's very funny.
It is very
funny. It really is.
It's not that funny.
But Jacob, let me. All right, so let's go back to the NBA for a quick second. So the Thunder are obviously done. They're falling out. That's another playoff spot open. My one thing is, I think the Rockets are going to trade both Russ and Harden eventually.
Yeah, well, we have a friend who said last week that would happen. So, he said a Warriors bomb would be the day of the draft or the day before.
Okay. Matt, if the Rockets don't trade their stars, they're making the playoffs.
No, I agree. But okay, so that leaves one playoff spot open where a combination of 3 teams could take it. I can see Memphis, Phoenix, or the Warriors taking it. The Pelicans are still too young.
Matthew.
What?
Minnesota.
No, they're not making it.
They have a young, good. I think 10 seed for Minnesota.
Okay, that doesn't mean they're going to make the playoffs.
No, it's a playing game, Matthew.
I don't see them being 10 seed. Nope.
Well, who do you think your 9 and 10 is?
Okay, so let's go this.
I think Golden State will make it.
You think Golden State? With Clay, I'd say yes.
They'll be close. They'll be close.
All right. Here's 9 to 10.
I think the Warriors.
I think the Suns take over the Thunder spot, and then the Warriors go 9, and Memphis goes 10.
I disagree with Memphis. I'm gonna say Minnesota, but we'll get more into that later. No, you know what? I'm gonna go big. Give me the Sacramento Kings. I'll explain why later.
What?
I'll explain why later.
The Kings.
Beat Buddy Hill. They will.
Listen, Marvin Bagley has to actually show something.
If they keep Buddy Hill.
Buddy Hill, not Hill.
Come on, man.
This is not this. It's like it's a recurring theme. You can't say players' names.
What was I gonna say? But maybe you can have a whole mixtape with me mispronouncing names.
Okay, I'm not taking the time for
I'm not.
Jacob Wood.
I don't know. I'm not. I'm way too busy for these days.
What are you busy with? What are you so busy with?
No, if Jacob claims you're so busy, why did you take like a couple hours to write out your power rankings? Come on, man.
I spent 10,000 hours on that power. I thought I was crossing off teams. I had options that it was
Jacob.
I'm just joking. It took me a couple minutes.
Of course it's good because you could literally eliminate half the league in half a second.
So we'll go from that now. Let's go to the Cowboys. Let's go to because I think the Timberwolves up. I don't think the Pelicans are even there.
They're not there yet.
Overrated.
Time for a video preview.
Oh God, 4 minutes.
It's good.
Oh my God.
The 3-7 Washington football team is in Dallas for Thanksgiving to face the 3-7 Cowboys, who are absolutely alive and kicking after getting Andy Dalton back.
He takes it in for a Dallas score.
Dalton didn't have to throw for a ton of yards, but he put up 3 TDs last week and a rating over 100.
Dalton looking end zone. He throws. What a catch!
Dalton did have to work to move the ball through the air. 203 yards on 32 attempts does leave you under 7 yards per attempt.
Dalton over the middle.
But still, it was the best game a Cowboys QB has put up since they lost Dak Prescott, and it was enough to win.
Dalton looking end zone. He throws. Touchdown!
The Cowboys offense also finally got a nice game from Ezekiel Elliott.
First down and more across midfield.
Elliott's 4.9 yards per carry and 103-yard game were both season highs.
First down and more. Ezekiel Elliott.
I got this.
Now, with all that said, Washington already faced the boys and they bottled up Zeke.
Here's Elliott.
Yeah.
Nowhere to go.
And before Dalton left that game with a concussion, he was sitting on a 36.1 passer rating.
Dalton scans the field. Off Elliott and intercepted.
And Washington also sacked Dalton 3 times before he departed.
He's pressured again and sacked again.
And the football team's pass rush is top 5 this season, coming up with 4 more last week against the Bengals.
And they get to him. Finley sets.
When Dalton does have time, he'll be up against a Washington D that doesn't get thrown on a lot, but in turn, no team has held passing attacks to fewer yards per game, and their rating allowed is near 90 after the job they did against the Bengals QBs last week.
Dangerous pass, trying to find Green.
They also had no problem with Cincy's ground game. Their rush D numbers for the season also in solid territory.
Well played by that Washington defensive.
Another area the football team has made progress in, their own run game.
Gibson, and he's in for the Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson had another good outing last week, almost 100 yards, a score on 5.9 yards per carry.
This will be a first down and more.
Gibson has been a little inconsistent, but so has his workload. And you'd have to think it will be a hefty one against Dallas. Gibson's other 100-yard game came against them.
Gibson carves right through that Dallas D.
And then, of course, there's the fact that only one team has struggled against ball carriers worse than the Cowboys have.
Oh, here we go. And Dalvin Cook. First down and more.
As for how they played the pass, not much better. Kirk Cousins threw 3 TDs against them, went for over 300 yards and a rating over 140.
Cousins going deep for Jefferson in the end zone. Touchdown.
Dallas has also allowed one of the highest ratings in the league, and only one team has allowed more TD passes.
Did he get his feet? Catch was made by Thielen. It's ruled a touchdown.
Great catch, right?
They are not
there.
facing a QB who is coming in hot, at least. Alex Smith throwing for just 166 yards last week, just 6.6 yards per attempt, and a rating of just 83.1.
Intercepted by Jesse Bates.
But look, first place could be on the line in this one, and so is some big turkey leg, right, to the MVP of the game. Or do they still use those turkeys with like 6 legs? Where did they come up with those anyway?
2 days.
Someone made an octopus and a turkey in a lab somewhere. Tell me if you know what planet those came from. You can do it in the comments section when you write in your predictions.
Okay. So what was that supposed to show us? They basically just said a few nice things about the Cowboys and just crapped on them for 2 minutes straight.
Basically, that video was stats, and that's all I'm about. Stats.
Okay. Stats don't impact the game, Jacob, that much.
They influence the game.
They don't win you the game.
There's a debate. I could debate
that
hours for that.
Matt, I really want to do one night. The stats really impact the full game.
Well, if you're talking about, okay, I'm going to use an example here. You're not going to like this example. But you're not going to like it just because it's a little off topic here, but it's an example.
Oh God, don't.
I'm doing it. Baseball.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
What do you think I was going to say?
Or if they would mention something else, I'll type in
the
chat.
I'll mention baseball.
I'll type in the chat.
So Clayton Kershaw was in the game. I'm not sure which game it was, maybe 5th or 6th inning. He was nearing his pitch count, and Dave Roberts decided to keep him in. Kershaw in. It could have backfired on him. The analytics said whatever. So it was a good move. Kershaw got out of the inning, and that was good for them. They followed the analytics. They followed the analytics.
But baseball's a different sport than football.
Let me.
Let him finish his point.
And then a couple games later, Blake Snell was in the game. Kevin Cash took Blake Snell out after he was dealing. He allowed one hit. Kevin Cash took him out, the manager of the race. Then the reliever came in and crap blew up all over Tampa. Those are 2 instances of analytics helping and also hurting. So analytics, there's a debate of how much you should put analytics into the game. A lot of it's I think you have to notice that Blake Snell is dealing, so you have to keep him in. But then Kevin Cash wants to look at the numbers and see, oh no, something's gonna happen when they face the order the 3rd time or 2nd time. These numbers can happen, which is reliable. In football, analytics aren't statistics aren't rush yards per game. Those don't. That's just the number. Those really just are the average numbers, which averages don't really mean much here, honestly. It's more of on 4th down, should I go for it? What's my chance against this team? Whatever.
Well, here's
speaking. Yeah.
And this is why the football team is going to win. Dak Prescott. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I'll give you that. But Dak Prescott, this was 25-3 last time, Matt. Let's be real. If Dalton was playing the full game. But Dak Prescott's not going to be there. They have Andy Dalton starting. And their defense sucks. Kirk Cousins went off. I will say it's been better than it was. It's been better than it was. But Alex Smith's going to look like an MVP.
I don't know about that.
He's going to put up Kirk Cousins numbers from 300.
I disagree.
It's a little bit far, Justin, for a man that hasn't played like 3 seasons and hasn't put up a good game in a little while. I very much question.
The Cowboys are that bad.
I don't think they're bad, but I don't think
No, Jacob, they're historically bad. They're just bad. They're historically bad.
Look at he's trying to defend the defense now. Look.
But I will say this, that the NFC is not the worst division of all time. This is why, because the teams. This is a little off topic here, but you have to. Each one of these teams, you have to, when you're the opposing team, you have to plan. You have to have a set game plan for them. For example, if the Jets were in this division and you took out, I don't know, whatever team, doesn't really matter. They'd be the worst division of all time. Because the Jets, you literally don't even need to play. You can skip practice the whole week and they'll beat the Jets.
I don't think that's how it works. But okay.
Yeah, it's obviously not. But it's just an
Jacob, you really have to take a shot at me. I have so much things to bring out of the Jets winning, but they're tanking. I don't think you understand that.
Justin.
Also, Jacob, I will mention this.
They will win a game.
If the NFC East gets one with 6 wins, it will be the worst division of all time. If it gets one with 7 wins, it will be on par with some of the other divisions.
I can't wait to debate with Jacob by saying the Jets will get a win. I can't really wait to debate with this.
I can't wait until that. And what will happen if I'm right?
Yeah,
you will congratulate me. You will. There should be, because it's just things I say. couple more. I just bring up points that are just proven to be true.
No, Matthew.
Day in, day
and
out.
when Trevor Lawrence gets drafted by them, can't wait to see his face.
Jacob. The thing is, the one team that has a worse reputation than the Jets in the NFL is the Jaguars. Did you see all the grievance cases? 25% of the grievance cases in the whole NFL in 2018 were against which team? You want to tell me? You want to tell me which team?
The Jaguars.
The Browns are also
The Jaguars. The Jaguars.
The Browns are also another shit show, but they overcame.
Well, they've been better now since Stefanski's
that's a perfect point. Fired. Like Baker Mayfield, he could have said, "I don't want to go there."
Exactly. He could have said, "This is a crap show."
Or Myles Garrett too, and Denzel Ward.
Oh yeah, that's another point. That the 0-16 the Browns, they drafted Myles Garrett with their first overall pick. Myles Garrett said, "No, I'm not gonna go here.
I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here."
That's what Jacob would do.
Jacob, this hasn't happened since 2004 with Eli Manning,
and before that, when was the last time?
John Elway with the Colts.
Exactly.
Trevor Lawrence will not be in a Jets uniform week 1 now. He will not be.
Guarantee it. Put your whole face. Guarantee it.
Guaranteed.
No. Do the whole face. Get the whole picture. I want to see it. Okay.
Guaranteed.
Perfect. No, say the full thing.
I just said it.
No, say it again.
I just said it. I
want to see. He's afraid, Matthew.
I'm not afraid of anything.
Then do it.
Very afraid.
I just said it.
No, say it with the full face.
The Jets will not have Trevor Lawrence.
Look into the camera and say it.
Full face. No, full face. Not me and Matt. Put me and Matt to the side.
No, it won't. It won't work. It won't.
See,
work.
Look.
Glitch.
When he wants to.
The Jets will not have Trevor Lawrence next year.
Say guaranteed. You have to say guaranteed as well.
Guaranteed. That's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
All right.
And another spoiler for everyone here. I hate to ruin your day tomorrow, but Dallas will be winning tomorrow.
Well, you always say that every week.
I didn't say that against the Steelers. Against the Steelers, I didn't say that.
But it was bragging how close they were to.
Well, I want them to win, but that doesn't mean what I think. I'm telling you they're going to win tomorrow. Believe that.
You know what's so funny? You don't know Mr. K here. He likes to brag when they win, when they lose. I don't even see him anywhere.
No, I'm always here. But I just want to share with you that.
Give me the football team. Matt, what do you think?
I'm going with football team, of course.
What do you got over here? Couple haters.
You always say it. You
haters.
can't say that every single time.
Yeah, but it's not in the predictions.
It's true.
Or if there's a...
4:30 tomorrow on the Fox Network.
Why are the Cowboys making it a Super Bowl? Please explain.
They're not this year.
Oh,
so hold on. What did you say in the preseason? What did you say preseason?
Well, I said they were making the Super Bowl because we were a Super Bowl contender. Dak Prescott, we were great.
Are you gonna beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Jacob, you should be.
See what happens. A lot of things can change.
You should be 2-8 right now because you shouldn't have won against the Falcons.
No, you should be 1-9.
2 and.
You should be 1-9, man.
Why is that, ding dong?
Because you should have never beaten the Falcons, and the Giants should have never blown a lead.
No,
1-9.
The Giants week 17.
2-8 too.
You will not beat the Giants week 17. I'll guarantee.
The football team should have won.
Guaranteed. You will.
Something that this argument can go on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, but all you do is call us haters. That's all you do.
This is all
you're a hater. You're a hater.
And it looks at stats.
You're a hater. Yeah, because Justin, you've still yet to prove me wrong about stats. You're telling me stats aren't important. They're super important in the game of football, in any sport. They're all stats are the game.
Stats don't anticipate
analytics.
Analytics don't anticipate the win. Anything can happen any given Sunday.
Yes, but they help you determine things. Oh my God. What do you know, my God?
They don't determine the winner. Okay,
of course they don't. No
one
determines the winner. I can't read the future.
Every single game because their defense sucks. There you go.
You're wrong, but
that's statistics. Worst defense against the pass.
Okay. And we're going the offense, so
But offense doesn't win you championships. Defense does.
Yeah, but it makes up for it. And defense has been better.
Come on, with Andy Dalton? They had Dak Prescott. I would agree with you.
I never said we're winning a championship.
No, but you're saying you can beat the football team.
Yeah, we will.
Chase Young is gonna be coming after Andy Dalton, like it's
okay. And we had many other players coming after him. What
did Chase Young do when they played? 25-3.
Yeah, but Andy Dalton was injured in the game.
Oh, here we go.
The line was injured. We had injuries.
Do you know the Niners overcame that, which I brought up the previous point?
Well, they're 4-6. So I don't really know.
But compared to the Cowboys, that sucks.
It's only
exactly.
It's only one more win, Justin.
A win's a win, right? That can make playoffs.
Still, you're saying they're so much better. It's only one more win.
They are 100% better.
The Steelers, they almost beat the Steelers.
Made it to the Super Bowl last time.
That's a win right there.
What, the Steelers?
It could have been a win, yeah, easily.
Please take me to the other side of the planet.
Oh, my Lord. They were.
Please just take me home.
So dumb.
Why are you trying to insult my intelligence now?
That's something you're telling you.
You just said so dumb.
Did you watch the game? Did you see what happened? What do you see what Dallas did to Pittsburgh? They almost beat them.
But then that guy should be starting instead of Andy Dalton then, if he's that good.
Garrett Gilbert, well, he doesn't have the lack of
experience.
The lack of experience. You want more experience, obviously.
No, Jacob, you want to know what I've been hearing for you for the past few weeks now? Whenever Dallas is a new QB, you know what you say? First it was Ben DiNucci. You said, oh, my God, Ben DiNucci, he's going to do so great against the Eagles. What happened? He sucked.
Oh, Jacob, how did your stats impact that game? Because you had stats for the Cowboys beating the Eagles, and that did not happen.
And then you said Jacob, and then you said Garrett Gilbert. He's been in the Cowboys system for years. He's going to do very well.
I never said that.
What happened?
He was in their system for years. He was just traded to them.
Okay, whatever. Whatever the hell you said.
You had stats for him winning.
He lost.
I almost won.
He lost.
Jacob, losing by 1 point.
I told you Pittsburgh was going to win. Did I not?
Jacob,
I did.
Jacob, just like a win is a win, a loss is a loss.
But you're bragging how Garrett is so good. They made it that close and start him over Dalton.
No, disagreed.
I'm just saying, you said he's that good. They made a close game versus Steelers. Every game the Steelers are in, they're in a close game.
Okay.
Most of them, at least.
Great.
So I don't know what you're trying to.
We'll see what happens.
So if the Steelers, off your logic, if the Cowboys beat the Steelers, they'd be the second best team in the league.
No, I don't use that logic.
That's what you did.
No.
That's what you said of Seattle.
Seattle lost.
That's what you said. Seattle and the Rams.
Seattle lost to the Rams and Bucks. Sorry, Rams beat the Bucks and Seattle.
But that's what you said. If they beat the Rams week 1, they could have hit both of them.
Cowboys could have beat the Rams week 1, yeah.
No, but if they won both those games, you would have said they're top 5.
Good ass call.
No, answer my question.
What's your
if
question?
they won those 2 games, you would have said they were top 5.
If Dallas won those, no, I would not say that. We talk about Dak Prescott's injury. You have to assume he was injured. There's many other variables.
That's what I'm talking about, Taysom Hill. And you said no, they're still top 5.
Well, you have to look at the Saints team.
Exactly. Jacob is quiet.
You know what? We'll see everyone next. We'll see everyone Saturday, I think. Pretend to end it.
We'll see you Saturday at 9 p.m.
Well, we will recap the Dallas game Saturday, and we will have a long conversation about that.
And 12:30, please check us out Sunday. We'll answer your fantasy football sit-ins, sports, and so forth.
So, everyone, thank you for watching. And give us 1 second. And peace out.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yep.